back to How to Write an IEP Part 6. Smash that like and subscribe button and let's get into it. Last video, we talked a lot about the present levels of performance and writing the annual IEP goals for your student. Writing IEP goals can take a little bit of time to get used to. It's kind of like a muscle that you flex. The more you flex it, the more you write the IEPs, the better you're gonna get at it. Just a little recap, you wanna make sure you're writing IEP goals for the deficit area that student is displaying in the present levels of performance. So it's kind of like a building block. We use the present levels of performance to drive the IEP, and then we write goals based on the deficit area so we can help fill in those learning gaps with the IEP goal. After you write your IEP goals, we're going to talk about writing IEP services. For every deficit area, you should have a service for that child. So for example, if there is a child with a specific learning disability in math calculation, that student would potentially have math calculation services in a gen ed setting and or math calculation intervention services that they're working on to kind of fill in and close those gaps. Now, depending on whether your student's in elementary, middle, and high school, and depending on what state you're in and what district you're in, everybody kind of writes them a little bit differently, but the idea is that you have to have a service that is aligned with a goal and aligned with a deficit area. So we have present levels of performance that show the deficit area. Then with that, we write the IEP goal, and then with that, we have a service connected to it. So we are showing that we are servicing that child and helping fill in those learning gaps based on those deficit areas. So let's do for instance, say your student has an area of exceptionality in adaptive behavior skills. You don't have to write a service just for adaptive behavior skills. You can actually address that skill within a number of different ways. So you can address it through intervention, you can address it through the gen ed setting, you can address it through the special ed setting. You can write support in whatever class for adaptive learning or for XYZ. Just really depends on how your district really wants you to write those services. You want to just make sure when you're writing those services that you are helping fill in those gaps, close that deficit area, and that you're making sure that student has as much support as they need in the gen ed setting and the special ed setting, whether it's intervention, special ed like resource room instruction, gen ed inclusion, gen ed instruction, all of those things you want to kind of think through with your student to see what they need and what is going to help them be the most successful in school for the next annual IEP year. Any questions on writing services, please comment down below. Please like and subscribe if you like this content, and I'll see you in the next video.